Hello and welcome everyone, this is Adam from Critical Impact Gaming, and today we have another amazing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee Wi-Fi battle for you. So today my opponent is going to be named Ingo, or Lingo, I'm not entirely sure if that's an L or an I, but either way my opponent's going to start with a nice, pretty shiny Eevee, and I'm actually going to start with the frozen one. Click like if you can understand that reference right there. So obviously there's not a whole lot of very good sets to use for Articuno in this game. In other games it can be used as a supportive mon, or even as a offensive mon with with the rain up and using hurricane and such. But it doesn't get access to those better moves in this game. Pretty much just Ice Beam, Toxic, Roost, and Substitute are the only good moves it gets in this one, or at least that's the only way I can find to use it at the moment. So my opponent is going to get poisoned by my Toxic as they hit me with a, what was that, a Scald or a Hydro Pump? I wasn't looking at the screen just now. But anyways, they're going to be kind of stally at the beginning half of this battle, so I will be speeding it up. Hopefully it won't be too noticeable, but at certain points they take like 30 to 40 seconds just on one turn, and from my perspective, it's very boring. All it says is communicating. I don't even have anything to show you guys during those times, so I'm just trying to speed it up to make it a little bit more entertaining for you. So I can't really do much against his Vaporeon except for Roost and Substitute Stall, so I'm just going to switch out into my Venusaur. And I actually kind of made a mistake in this battle. My Gyarados was supposed to be my Mega, but it actually ended up being that my Venusaur was a better fit for this battle. So typically for this team that I had been using at the time, my Gyarados was my Mega pretty much every time. But right now I think my Venusaur is just going to be a better option since it's more bulky and I just have better use for it at the time. So my opponent's going to be switching out and going out into their Alakazam. So that's kind of troubling for me. I am going to get off, I think, a Giga Drain this turn after going Mega. And it's going to do a decent chunk to his Alakazam. Yeah, I'd say about 40%, give or take, and I'm going to be healed up all the way back up to 100% HP. So at this point, I'm kind of debating what I want to do. I'm thinking that I should just stay in, go for a Sludge Bomb, and hopefully take it out, seeing as how a Giga Drain did about 40%. I'm really hoping a Sludge Bomb will be enough to actually take my opponent out. So this is where I was actually talking about where it gets kind of stally. All it says is communicating, please stand by. And my opponent finally decides to make a move and goes for the Mega. So with that small buff there, my opponent is just going to be able to go for the Calm Mind, being a little bit cocky there, and predicting me to either switch out or be able to live another Giga Drain / Sludge Bomb, or something along those lines, and just hoping I don't go for a Sleep Powder. So they are able to easily live that Sludge Bomb with the Mega Evolution buff and the +1 in special defense of their Calm Mind. However, I am very lucky enough to get the Poison Hacks on my opponent, and here I'm really struggling with what I wanted to do. Should I just sack my Mega and my best check to the Vaporeon? Or should I just go out into my Articuno, which is basically my special wall, and see if it can take at least one Psychic and stall out the poison? I do actually choose to just let my Venusaur die because I think that my Articuno is going to be a little bit more helpful, seeing as how it does has the Substitute, and that's definitely going to help me against the Chansey. So I am just going to go out into my Articuno now, and I'm going to go for a Roost, just hoping I can live one, even though I'm not at full HP, and he's at +1. I do end up surviving with 9 HP, and I do get the special defense drop, which is kind of unfortunate, but all I really need to do is just survive one Psychic from his Mega Alakazam, and stall out one turn of Poison. So that was pretty successful. So good job on the Articuno. I was able to do exactly what I needed to do to get the victory over the Mega Alakazam at this moment. So now my opponent's just taking a little bit more time here to see what they want to do. They end up going to their Chansey. I believe I go for a Substitute this turn, just predicting either the Stealth Rocks or the Toxic. So I'm not really sure what they're wanting to do, so I do just go for that Substitute right there, and it ends up that they do just go for the Toxic. So since I have the substitute up now, the Toxic's not going to be able to affect me, and I can either switch into something else, or I could go for my own roost. But I do decide to just go for the Toxic instead, hoping to just whittle down their Chansey, seeing as how they won't be having the heal bell or aromatherapy in this generation. Or not this generation, just this game specifically, I suppose you could say. Unfortunately for me, they do make the smarter play and go out into their already poisoned Vaporeon, so the Toxic doesn't even do anything. However, they do get the damage from the Toxic from earlier. I will just take this advantage since I am still behind a substitute to get up a Roost, recovering 50% of my HP. And I don't even care if my substitute fades, because at this point I can either make another substitute and still have their Toxic damage and just hope they don't have the rest, or I can switch out. I really just have so many different options right now, and seeing as how I just sacked my Venusaur and I still have my Articuno now, I think that was the better play to make. So I'm going to go for the Toxic. I'm sorry, not Toxic. Go for the Ice Beam, hoping to get a little bit more chip damage and make the Toxic damage take out Vaporeon a little bit quicker. However, that doesn't quite work out for me, as they do end up having the rest. So I take this opportunity to check out my Pokemon, and I'm thinking about switching out into my Hitmonlee, which is what I do, because I believe that I can easily at least 2-hit KO with a high jump kick. Considering the fact that that both high jump kicks do actually connect and they don't switch out. So that's exactly what I do. I go for my high jump kick, and let's see, I think that they do switch out into their Mew this turn. Yeah, so the Mew's actually gonna take a high jump kick right to the face. I do connect, and considering it's a Mew with 100 base special defense and 100 base special, or I'm sorry, 100 base HP. I haven't made a video in a long time. I'm really bad at narrating right now. Considering it has 100 base HP and defense, I think that high jump kick did a lot of damage. Unfortunately for me, he's just going to be able to roost off all that damage I just did to him. And I do get the save switch into my Arcanine though, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to take this opportunity because I know I could live at least 2, maybe 3 Psychics from an unboosted Mew. And I'm just going to will-o-wisp get some additional chip damage every turn. However, they are going to reveal the Nasty Plot, so that is a bit concerning. If they get one more Nasty Plot off, then they could probably sweep the rest of my team. However, I do have the super effective Crunch, and I'm just going to go for that. And it brings them pretty much down to 50%, give or take, and they're just going to fire off a +2 Psychic, which I live in the yellow, so that's pretty cool to know for future reference. So this turn I am going to go for the base, was it 120 Flare Blitz, which is also stab, instead of the base 80 Crunch, which is only super effective and not stab. So I figure, you know, the Flare Blitz should be able to take out 50%, which it does, and I still live, so my Coda gets to live for another day. So my opponent is going to take just a little bit more time to decide what they want to bring in. I'm thinking it's probably going to be their Vaporeon. In the team preview, I know you guys didn't see it, but in the team preview, I believe they did have the Melmetal. If I remember correctly, this battle was kind of a while ago. But they're obviously not going to want to bring out a Steel type against a Fire type. That would just be nonsensical. So I'm just going to go for a Superpower. Feeling like I'm probably going to die in the next turn anyway. Just, you know, might as well get off a big hit that's at least neutral, as to where the Flare Blitz would be not very effective. So the Vaporeon will still be asleep for another turn or two, and I'm thinking what I want to do. I'm not sure if I want to switch into my Leg Day or if I want to sack my Arcanine, but since they do still have the Melmetal, I am going to want to preserve my Arcanine just in case. So I'm going to go out into my Leg Day, and I'm going to take the Scald. Hopefully I don't get burned, and I do not, so that is very cool for me. I am just going to go for my most powerful stab move, which again will just be the high jump kick. Honestly, that's such a broken move in this game. It's really powerful. It has, was it 90% accuracy, so I mean it's not even that likely that's going to miss. You'll hit a Focus Blast less than you'll miss the high jump kick, which is pretty funny. So my opponent's going to take a little bit longer time here. I did try to speed this up so you guys wouldn't be too bored and I wouldn't be rambling like I am right now. So they're going to go into the Neo King. If you're seeing a trend here, their whole team except for the Mew and I think except for the Melmetal as well was all gonna be shiny. So that's kind of cool. I do end up getting the critical hit, and right here I'm not entirely sure if I can outspeed the Nidoking because I don't remember if I was Adamant or Jolly, and I couldn't remember Nidoking's base speed when it's Jolly / Timid. I could definitely take it out with an Earthquake if I feel confident that I can outspeed it, so I have to go check to see. I am actually Adamant, and I think I can outspeed it. So I'm going to just take that second to prep and make my decision, which I do end up going for the Earthquake. And fortunately enough, I am able to outspeed, as you see right here, get off the Earthquake and take out the Nidoking. So that's pretty cool that Nidoking didn't even get to do anything against my team, because it definitely could have been a huge threat if it had the right moves to be able to take out things like my my Venusaur, since it doesn't have thick fat. It could do damage against my Arcanine if it had enough HP to live a Flare Blitz, and just things like that. So he's gonna send out his Chansey. I'm thinking that's pretty suspicious at this point, so they're probably just gonna go for a Protect and you know, try to bait out my high jump kick and make me miss, making me lose 50% of my HP. However, I'm a little bit smarter than that, and just a little bit, and I am going to be able to switch out into my I'm Horny, which I think is just the most fantastic nickname. So I'm thinking that they're just gonna want to scout out and go for another Protect, just to see what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna go for my Stealth Rocks at this point, just to get a little bit chip damage, since they are switching out kind of a lot at this point. And I believe I should be able to take out the Chansey with 1 or 2 Earthquakes after the fact of my Stealth Rocks being set up. They actually end up just going for a Seismic Toss, just trying to get some damage. I think they realize at this point that I have 5 left, they only have 3 left, and my team can pretty much just take care of the rest of them. So they're gonna be able to outspeed me, which is funny. The fat bitch blob Chansey over here is faster than my I'm Horny. But I am gonna go for the Earthquake, and it does end up one-hit KOing. As what the Pokemon Stadium announcer would say was, it's a one-hit wonder, right? So yeah, now they're just gonna go back out into their Vaporeon. Obviously gonna be way faster than my I'm Horny, and gonna be able to take me out with a Scald. I didn't want anything else to take any residual damage or get the unnecessary burn from the potential Scald. So I'm just gonna sack my my Rhydon right here. They actually end up getting a critical hit, so critical hits all over the place in this battle. I'm gonna go out into my Gyarados, because I don't think I brought up my Gyarados this entire battle, so why not give him a little bit of screen time, right? I believe I go for a, was it Crunch? No, I go for an Earthquake. Hoping to at least 2-hit KO it, and really just hoping that my opponent doesn't go for the rest, because that would just set me back so far. I might still be able to KO it with it being asleep for 2 turns and me having a 3rd turn being faster than it anyway. But I just didn't want to mess around with that, and luckily for me, my opponent didn't feel like stalling out either. So I am able to take it out with a 2nd Earthquake, and my opponent's last Pokemon will be the Melmetal, which they haven't shown at all during the entire battle, just like my Gyarados. This Melmetal could definitely turn the tides, because I know it'll be able to live a Flare Blitz at full HP, even... Alright, you know what, Melmetal is shiny too. I guess it was just the Mew that wasn't shiny because it's shiny locked in this game. But yeah, so I'm going to go for the Earthquake. It's going to do about 40 to 45%. They go for the Thunder Wave, just because, you know, Melmetal is slow as hell. And so yeah, that could potentially cripple my Gyarados right here. Unfortunately, I am still faster, and I am able to break through the paralysis to get off another Earthquake, bringing him down to about 30 or so percent, as he goes for the Ice Punch, revealing that he doesn't even have the Thunder Punch or Rock Slide, so that's pretty cool for me. I am able to go for a 3rd Earthquake to take him out. So definitely kind of a stally battle, but I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. Hopefully I'll have some more entertaining content in the near future. So yeah, if you guys liked and enjoyed the battle, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye.